Hello to everyone gathered for today's Run As You Are 2019 National Training. I think you know I'd much rather be there with you in person, but there's just a few things going on right now, so I'm honored to join you via video. I've heard that today is Vote Run Lead's largest single-day training ever. That's incredible. From Minneapolis to Miami and all across the country, you have a passion to serve and to help other women run for office. Look at what you've already done. 2018, a record number of women elected to the Congress. The House of Representatives became the People's House. You think about what happened in the United States Senate, where gradually we've added more and more women. We're at 25 or something like that. I remember I was on the Trevor Noah show a few years ago, and I told him at the time that we've had way over 2,000 men in the U.S. Senate, but only 50 women in the history of our country. He said to me, you know what? If a nightclub had numbers that bad, they'd shut it down. Well, guess what? We're not shutting down the Senate or the House. We are opening it up, just as we are in local offices all over the country. Your dedication reminds me of why I decided to run. What's your theme? Run as you are? That's what I did. Ours is a story of why women enter public service, and that is to see a flaw and to fix it. Because to be part of an imperfect system means having the chance to improve it, because we want to help our communities and our country. You know, I was the first woman elected to my first job, the Hennepin County Attorney, and I got involved because I saw a law that was hurting women and I wanted to change it. When you go back before that time, I was a mom, basically. I was working in the private sector, had been involved in some campaigns, but never was running myself. Well, guess what happened? My daughter was born, and she couldn't swallow. But 24 hours later, even though I'd had no sleep and she was still very sick in intensive care, insurance companies' rules forced me out the door. Back then, a 24-hour hospital stay was all they'd allow. I was a young new mom with a sick baby, not an elected official. But I knew that I couldn't let what happened to me happen to anyone else. So I started calling my legislators. I went over to the state capitol. I showed up at the conference committee because they were trying to delay when the legislation took place that guaranteed new moms and their babies 48-hour hospital stay, and I brought 6 of my pregnant friends so they'd outnumber the insurance lobbyists 2-1. And when the legislators asked when the bill should take effect, the moms all raised their hands and said, now. That's what happened. And we passed one of the nation's first laws guaranteeing new moms and their babies a 48-hour hospital stay. That experience taught me something that any woman leader needs to know, that if we want to see change in the world, we have to make it happen ourselves, because you know what they say. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Today, so many women like you are blazing trails forward and making change happen. We've seen that change in the Senate. We've seen what happens when there's change in our country. But now we need more change. We need all of you. We need all of you on the front lines making that change. We need more women in Congress. You know why? Because women are some of the most effective legislators I know. They're focused on the challenges ahead of us: a changing economy, climate change, fighting dangerous and unconstitutional laws, which we've just seen in the past month, unbelievable, banning abortion in states like Georgia and Alabama, and now in Missouri. This is what we are seeing, these kinds of proposals in every state. What are they doing? They're trying to take away our rights, they're trying to create an issue for their base, and they're trying to make a case to bring to the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. They are using women as political pawns. You know how we stop them? We vote, we organize, and we show up and we run. Women have proven time and time again that we can get it done. And come 2020, it's never been more important. Thank you for all your work. And as I like to say, may the best woman win.